I had to do this video. Uh, I just happened to catch this. I watch TMZ Sports a lot. Most of my videos are going to be based on TMZ Sports on ESPN or Fox Sports 1, things like that, because sports is one of the main mechanisms that they use for social engineering, particularly amongst people of color. So I'll try to stay on top of that. I mean, when it comes to political shows and things like that, most of that is just empty dribble, other than every 4 years in election season. And most of the news that you see on TV, uh, it is what it is. It's not that big a deal to me. But I try to stay on top of these sports and entertainment news, because those are the two main mechanisms that they use to engineer society in general, but especially people of color. And it can be used mainly for a teaching tool. And this is a good example of that right here. I enjoy boxing. There's a great young fighter named Terence Crawford. Terrible decision maker, though. He's having a hard time getting his mindset out of the anarchy of being raised in a matriarchal family unit. If you know anything about Terence Crawford, he comes from a long line of crazy females. If you ever seen any of his fights, his female family members are in the audience all together. Honestly, they act like some damn savage animals. All right, they're all tatted up with all type of strange piercings and hair dyes. And when I say they're all savages, no disrespect to him, the mother, the grandmother, they all look crazy. But you're going to see something here that's going to show you the effect of being raised in an environment like that, which just promotes anarchy. All right, that's all matriarchy. That's all it does, is it promotes anarchy. And you're going to see that here, because he's going to be, now he's a initiate. He's a student of anarchy.
One of the best boxers in the world caught in a very violent situation out in the streets of Omaha, Nebraska, and the entire thing was caught on video. This time, he played the role of referee as two women proceeded to beat each other mercilessly. This was crazy stuff. Now, the guy in the middle of the fight is Terence Crawford, who's one of the best boxers in the world.
Terence Crawford, 30-0, Evan, with 21 knockouts. One of the
unified light welterweight boxing champ right now.
Yeah.
And according to the police report, he was involved in a situation where a woman named Mystery Wakefield, who was working at a place called City Trends in Omaha, Nebraska, said she was working at the store yesterday when this woman came in who was identified as Aisha Crawford, Terrence's sister, and said, "Hey, Mystery, let's go outside, I want to fight." So Mystery, being a good employee, according to the police report, clocked out and met her outside, and a fight went down in the street. And you can see the video right here, the two women going at it, and then you can see Terrence getting into the picture. Take a look.
Don't jump in! Don't jump in! I don't want that! Ain't nobody gonna jump in!
Okay, now you can hear people saying, "Don't jump in, don't jump in." They want these women to settle it themselves. And you can see Terrence kind of looking on out from the side, just kind of monitoring the situation.
Right, making no effort at this point to break up the women from fighting.
And this is how dumb this dude is. You are a professional boxer. You're a professional boxer. But instead of telling his sister, okay, you want to fight the chick, no problem. You and her be at the gym at 3 p.m. Y'all are both sign waivers. You'll both wrap up, put on your gloves, put on your headgear, and y'all can fight until y'all don't feel like fighting anymore. And I'll be the referee there. Instead of him doing that, this dude's mind is so wrapped up in trying to keep it hood and probably just perpetuating the nonsense that he grew up with. He's going to come and referee a street fight. Now, his big buffalo boned sister, if this broad body slams the chick or her head hits the concrete, now he's an accessory to a murder. This is how dumb he is. And this is why I say a lot of times, even though you have to get on the black woman is only going to be as disciplined as the black man allows. All right? If the black man was, once again, if we had a strong culture, and the so-called black man was to put his foot down and say, "No, I'm not going to tolerate that," yes, they would rebel. But if every black man had the same standards of propriety, they would have to change. See, the reason why the black female could be wild and savage and ridiculous is because she knows that when she runs into a so-called black man who actually has standards and who says, "No, I'm not going to tolerate that," she knows, no problem, I could just go to the next nigga. He's an idiot. He'll let me get away with my nonsense. All right. See, in the Arab culture, A woman can't be, an Arab woman can't go to her man and say, I feel like walking around with my head uncovered. If he says, I'm not going to allow that, she knows if she goes to the next man, he's going to have the same standards. And the next man and the next man after that, that's what's called a culture. See, black people don't have that. So-called blacks do not have that. I don't care how much you try to act like you have black culture and Kwanzaa and all this nonsense. So that's why stuff like this happens. All right? Because Terence Crawford was not raised in an environment to show you how to handle issues like that, even if you want to throw hands. Once again, you're a professional boxer. Take these two broads to the gym and don't just let them fight. They both overweight. Let them jump rope and exercise, man. That's why they have all that aggression. A lot of these black females have all that aggression because their diet is horrific. They don't work out. They have all these chemicals in their body from all these poisonous hair products and foods that they eat, eating all that pork and shrimp and crab and lobster. Nobody loves eating those foods more than the black woman. They love all those wild seafoods and crustaceans. All that stuff puts toxins in their body. That's why they can't think properly. And that's why they're so aggressive, always wanting to fight, right? They haven't worked off that energy through exercise. So they try to work off that energy through negativity. That's all he had to say. Now the cops pull up and, well, you know what? Let's continue the story because they're going to explain it.
Now, the fight went on for about 8 or 9 minutes, and you're right, Babcock, toward the end of this thing.
8 or 9 minutes. Now look at this buffalo. Are you kidding me? Somebody, where's the Native Americans at? I thought they hunted all the buffalo.
This thing, you do see Terence eventually jump in and peel one of the women off the fight. And by the way, that's when another woman jumps in and this thing gets even more violent. You can see there was a kid in the scene, which makes this all the worse. I mean,
look at that. Look at that. They kicking the woman while her head is right by the concrete. So now her skull bangs off the concrete. She dies. Not only is his sister going to jail for murder, but he's an accessory. And like they already noted, this fool, they might not have said it yet, this fool just did time for an altercation in an auto body shop. Terence Crawford did. All right, now look, this other female's about to kick her in the head.
This is a bad, violent situation.
Bad violent situation for a guy, Terence Crawford, who just got out of jail for being involved in another situation where it was alleged that he had assaulted some people.
Look at this craziness, man.
At a body shop over his car. He basically just came home, and now you see him on the scene when something like this is going on.
But these will be the black people that get on TV talking about the white man don't know how to treat us properly.
Now, here's the thing. Somebody called police, and they came in, and they looked for everybody involved in this fight. They ended up
These are the black queens right here.
pulling Terence over a few minutes after the incident, and they say they found a gun in his car, so they brought him to a nearby police station where he was investigated, but he was not arrested and no charges were filed. But the big...
So at least he was smart enough to have a registered gun if he's going to carry a gun. I give him that much credit.
Big question in this situation, what set off these women? Why were they fighting? And why was Terence Crawford involved? Why was he there?
Asking what set off the so-called black woman, come on, man. That's like what set off a Wolverine. Breathing set him off. All right? Being awake. Come on, man. Like 2 or 3 broads jumped into the fight. They wasn't even originally involved. You know, people just get hyped up to be a part of drama. Like I said, that's part of growing up either in a dysfunctional environment or in a matriarchal environment, because everything is about emotions. Right? Once again, this guy's a professional fighter. You're supposed to think about your career. Think about your money. Right? Instead, you're over there trying to referee and organize street fights with 2 buffaloes. Come on, man.
Yeah, listen, this is one of those situations. We've seen Terence Crawford have a lot of fights in his hometown. He's big on his community there in Omaha. But you don't want to let that make you, this guy's got hundreds of millions of dollars in his future, kind of be close to the same things that he was growing up.
Yeah, he is one of the greatest fighters in the world, like we said. He could have easily broken up this fight. I think it's an awful look for him to be kind of overseeing, refereeing a fight that is so violent when there are kids around. He should be a positive impact.
Right, but they don't have anything to teach these children, because this is generation upon generation of dysfunctionality. Their brains don't even work like that. Their brains don't work like that. Right? Their brains work according to, this is what I grew up seeing, So this is what I'm used to. So this is what these children are going to see. All right. So this is why you cannot have a functional family unit. And for the people saying, oh, well, you know, what do we need to do? You know what you need to do? You're going to have to wipe out some of these people, man. Some of them got to go. All right. A lot of people are not going to like that, but it is what it is. But just getting back to the topic at hand, this guy's a professional fighter, man. You're supposed to take them to the gym and say, no problem. Y'all want to fight? Sign up. We have it organized. You watch how quickly they make up. I guarantee you, because like I said before, this society, the energy is based in pure anarchy. People don't like order and structure. So as soon as you say, okay, no problem, let's fight. Let's sign the waivers. We put on the gloves, wrap the hands, put on the headgear. I guarantee you one or both of those bras would have said, you know what, it's not worth all that. But when it was time to do the street fight thing, the anarchy thing, the chaos thing, they was like, yeah, let's get down. Crazy, man.
But Babcock, this isn't the first time we've seen a high-profile male athlete referee a fight between two women. This happened with Jacksonville Jaguars star defensive end Dante Fowler in 2016. There was an incident between the mother of his child and another woman involved in his life where they were getting into it, and he let them literally fight it out in the hallway of his apartment. The whole thing was captured on video. Now, he was not arrested for this either. He was not charged with the crime, but the optics are bad when you see a guy as big and strong as Dante Fowler or Terence.
And this stuff, I mean, come on, man. We're living in the age of surveillance. Everything is on camera. Everything's on camera. Like, come on.
Terence Crawford, where they can help prevent violence, and instead they're facilitating it.
Yeah, it looks bad, and also kind of looks, I don't know, it's weak for some reason, man. You're supposed to be, you know, especially in a situation where one of them's like your kid's mom, or you're dating, or you want to be a protector. Right. Yeah. At the same time, you seem to be engaging, or seem to be encouraging them to be violent towards one another.
Look at this craziness, man. Terence Crawford, man. This guy's an idiot. If that dude doesn't get himself together, I guarantee you he's going to be locked up in 2 or 3 years. He's going to be another story, another great boxer, what if.
It's whack. Now, we're looking into the story to try and get to the bottom of this whole thing. We'll have more on the website as it develops.
But anyway, in regards to Terence Crawford and Dante Fowler, I think a lot of times, in regards to Dante Fowler, I think that was an ego thing. Right? He was getting off on watching two females fight over him, but again, dudes have to understand how quickly these females will change and switch on you, particularly when the authorities get involved. When the authorities get involved, all of a sudden, they're not going to be enemies anymore. They both going to be pointing a finger at you. All right? Once again, the black man is the one that's behind enemy lines, not the woman. All right? They will take the woman's side if they can, unless there's no way that they can take her side. They will take her side. And you will be the one that gets blamed, period. Right? Hell, even his sister, you never know what she could say. She might say, well, you know, Terrence is the one who said, let's go down there and get that bitch. You never know what could happen. That's why you have to keep yourself out of those situations, man. You cannot let a female dictate how you're going to conduct yourself, especially when it comes to your money. Like, come on, man. But anyway, peace.